Welcome to the Rich People Club. Here's the truth. You don't earn $1 million, you make $1 million. If you've felt stuck chasing money without seeing real results, you're in the right place. Today, we'll show you how to hack your path to $1 million. No shortcuts, no empty promises. Just actionable strategies to create wealth step by step. The goal? Building success you can feel, not just dream about. In this video, we'll walk you through a complete roadmap, covering steps from A to J, everything you need to know to hit that $1 million mark. Each point builds on the last, giving you practical actions to follow at every stage of the journey. Whether you're starting from scratch or looking to scale up, these steps are designed to keep you on track until success is within your grasp. Ready to claim your millionaire status? Let's dive in. Point A, the decision to start. There's always that spark, the moment when everything clicks and you decide to make a move. It might be registering a domain name, setting up a Shopify store, or sketching out your first business plan on a napkin at 2 a.m. Every millionaire journey begins with that very decision. Putting your foot down and saying, "This is it." The risk feels huge, especially when you're dipping into your savings, but that's the price of entering the game of wealth and success. At this stage, you're juggling excitement with fear. The thought of financial freedom dances in your head, but doubts whisper in the background. You ask yourself, what if this doesn't work? The truth is, it's not about knowing every step, it's about starting. As they say, you don't need to see the whole staircase. Just take the first step. Imagine someone deciding to open a side hustle selling handmade watches. They invest in a basic website, order some materials, and start learning about digital marketing. It's not glamorous, but these small moves are the seeds of future wealth. That's how millionaire empires begin. Humble, clunky, and uncertain. And here's the thing, the decision to start is only the beginning. What follows is the real test of persistence, because no one becomes rich or powerful just by dreaming. It's a grind, a marathon, and the next step will test your willpower. Are you ready to embrace the mess that follows? B point, persistence through discouragement. The road gets rocky fast. A few months in, you're knee-deep in work, and there's little to show for it. Your friends don't understand why you're so obsessed, and the orders, if any, are trickling in at best. It feels like pushing a boulder uphill, and this is exactly where most give up. But the path to luxury and success isn't for the faint-hearted. This is where you get a crash course in rejection. You'll send 100 emails just to get one response. Cold calls will end in more hang-ups than you'd care to count. But persistence is what separates the rich from the rest. If you keep going when everyone else quits, that's when the real magic begins. Think of the early days of Amazon when Jeff Bezos was packing books himself. Great things take time. A practical approach here is volume. Not enough customers yet? Double the effort. Post twice as much on Instagram, send more DMs, pitch to anyone who'll listen. The key is momentum. It's not just about working harder, but smarter. Each rejection teaches you something valuable. Success is just a matter of sticking around longer than failure. You've come too far to quit now. Each setback is just a setup for what's to come. And if you can survive this stage, the next one will feel like striking gold. All you need is one person to say yes, and everything starts to change. C point, the first real customer. The first sale hits differently. This isn't your mom or best friend throwing you a pity purchase. This is a real customer, someone who believes in what you offer. It's that thrilling moment when your product or service goes from an idea to a transaction. Now you've tasted it, and there's no turning back. Money is starting to flow, and wealth feels just a bit more real. You're still wearing all the hats: salesperson, customer service, and shipping department. The hustle is exhausting, but there's power in knowing someone sees value in what you created. This is where your belief gets validated, and that's priceless. Think about the founder of Spanx, Sarah Blakely, selling her first products door-to-door before building a billion-dollar brand. It's time to double down. With every order, you're refining your process and understanding your market better. Each customer becomes a learning experience, helping you sharpen your offer. This is the moment when success starts to feel achievable. The ball is rolling, and all you need is to keep up the pace. You've proven it can be done. Now the goal is to build on this win. But how do you handle the pressure of growing demands? This is where the next phase kicks in. Building a team to carry the load. And if you're excited to keep learning how to grow that first sale into a thriving business, hit subscribe and join the Rich People Club. We'll keep bringing more strategies to guide you through every stage of your millionaire journey. D point, building a small team. You can't do it all forever. Eventually, you hit that wall where time isn't enough and burnout lurks around the corner. That's when you realize it's time to hire help. Finding that first employee feels like both a relief and a gamble. They won't be as invested as you are, but they'll help take things off your plate so you can focus on scaling. In this phase, every dollar earned goes straight to payroll. You're not paying yourself yet, but it's a necessary sacrifice. This isn't about luxury. Yet, it's about laying the foundation for future wealth. Bringing on the right person at this stage can make all the difference, whether it's a virtual assistant or a part-time marketer. Training your first employee feels awkward, and they won't get everything right. But growth requires letting go. Think of Steve Jobs. He didn't build Apple alone. Success comes from assembling a team that complements your skills and fills in the gaps you can't cover on your own. Now that you have some help, it's time to shift gears and think about efficiency. What processes can you streamline? How can you leverage your resources to scale further? This is where things start to get exciting. And it's just the beginning. E point, scaling with efficiency. Growth is addictive, but without efficiency, it can spiral out of control. This is where you start optimizing every process. Each task that once felt essential is now on the chopping block unless it adds real value. It's time to build systems, automate workflows, and hire specialized talent to replace your jack-of-all-trades approach. This is where wealthy empires are born. By making processes repeatable and scalable. Let's say you've been personally packaging every order. Now, you outsource fulfillment or hire someone to manage logistics. Efficiency frees you to focus on growing the business. Look at Elon Musk. While SpaceX was scaling, he didn't waste time managing every detail. He built a structure that kept things moving even when he wasn't in the room. Every dollar matters in this phase. You're still living below your means and reinvesting everything into growth. The sacrifices are real, but so are the rewards that come later. This stage is about precision, cutting the fat while increasing production. It's the difference between a hustle and a business ready for exponential success. The path is clear, but new challenges will arise. As the pace quickens, demand will soon outgrow what your team can manage. The next step is learning how to handle overwhelming success, because it's coming fast. F point, infrastructure and technical growth. Scaling requires serious upgrades. Suddenly, your website needs an overhaul, and buying materials in bulk becomes necessary to meet rising demand. It's no longer about doing what works. It's about preparing for what's next. This is the stage where businesses invest in better tools, software, and production methods to support sustainable growth. Picture a business moving from a shared workspace to a dedicated office or a home-based bakery investing in industrial ovens. These upgrades are critical. They save time, cut costs, and improve product quality. A good example is Nike. Once a small operation, they scaled by optimizing production lines and sourcing materials efficiently. This phase also comes with the challenge of knowing what to invest in. It's easy to burn through money-chasing trends that won't last. Smart entrepreneurs learn to distinguish between essentials and distractions. The key is staying lean, only investing in tools that enhance profitability. With infrastructure in place, you'll soon hit a financial milestone that signals your business is gaining serious traction. And that milestone is more than just a number. It's a symbol of progress. G point, reaching $100,000. Hitting the six-figure mark feels like stepping into a new world. You've built something from scratch, and now your bank account reflects the hustle. This isn't just money. It's validation that your business is working. But here's the kicker. This milestone isn't the finish line. It's just a checkpoint on the way to millionaire status. Success at this stage means learning how to manage newfound wealth without blowing it. It's tempting to indulge in luxury, but the smart move is reinvestment. Think Warren Buffett. Despite his fortune, he lived frugally early on and let his wealth compound. Now is the time to focus on marketing and distribution. You've got a product people want. Now it's about getting it in front of as many people as possible. This is where digital advertising, influencer partnerships, or strategic alliances come into play. As the momentum builds, the demands on your business increase. Growth brings opportunity, but it also creates challenges you haven't faced before. Are you ready to handle overwhelming demand? H point, handling overwhelming demand. This is the moment where success becomes a double-edged sword. Your marketing is working too well, and orders are flooding in faster than you can fulfill them. It's a good problem to have, but it's still a problem. Growth can break a business if it's not managed carefully. This stage is about capacity. You'll need to hire more people, introduce new technologies, and streamline operations to keep up. Automation becomes crucial, whether it's automating customer service or using software to manage orders. Jeff Bezos famously invested heavily in automation early on to handle Amazon's rapid growth. But be careful. Growth can lead to quality issues. As more hands touch your product, the risk of mistakes increases. You'll need to implement strict quality control to maintain the standards that attracted customers in the first place. With the right systems in place, growth becomes manageable. But the goal isn't just to keep up. It's to create exponential growth that puts your business on a whole new level. I point, exponential growth and consolidation. Now the game changes. You're no longer chasing customers. They're coming to you. Your brand is known, your ads generate positive ROI, and word of mouth spreads like wildfire. This is where millionaire wealth starts to build, but it also requires a shift in strategy. Exponential growth demands focus. You'll need to prioritize high-impact efforts, the 20% that bring in 80% of the results. Strategic partnerships, bulk sales, and outsourcing become the name of the game. Apple mastered this by outsourcing production while focusing on product design and marketing. It's also time to start paying yourself. You've earned it, but keep it modest. The bulk of profits should still go back into the business. Luxury comes later, when wealth is sustainable and secure. This phase is exhilarating, but it also reveals a truth. Growth isn't just about money. It's about building something lasting, something that gives you joy. And that's the next chapter in this journey. J point, achieving joy and stability. Reaching this point is like finding treasure after a long adventure. Your business is stable, profitable, and finally taking care of you and your family. It's not just about money. It's about the freedom it brings. This is the joy of knowing you've built something that lasts. You now have options. You can continue growing the business, bring in a CEO to run things, or sell it and enjoy the fruits of your labor. Think about Instagram's founders. After building their empire, they sold it to Facebook for billions and moved on to new ventures. This stage brings a new kind of wealth, the freedom to choose what's next. But don't get too comfortable. Staying sharp and engaged ensures you remain on top. Wealth isn't just earned, it's maintained. And even here, the journey isn't over. Every entrepreneur faces dips in excitement, moments when the business needs to evolve. Are you ready for the next challenge? Overcoming the Valley of Disappointment. Every success story has a dark chapter, the Valley of Disappointment. It's the period when everything feels harder than it should be and progress seems non-existent. Most people quit here, but those who push through find themselves on the other side with lessons and resilience that money can't buy. This phase teaches patience. Building a business is like planting a tree. It takes time for the roots to grow deep. Entrepreneurs like Elon Musk have lived through these moments, struggling with setbacks before their companies took off. What keeps you going is the vision, the belief that all the hard work will pay off. And it will, but only if you don't stop. This valley isn't the end. It's a rite of passage. As you emerge, you realize that growth is cyclical. It's not about avoiding the dips, but learning how to navigate through them. Because evolution is the only way forward. Constant business evolution. Success in business is never static. Every 5 years or so, markets shift, Trends evolve and consumer behavior transforms. Businesses that thrive understand the need for continuous reinvention to stay ahead. Netflix is a perfect example. Transitioning from mailing DVDs to becoming a global streaming giant, showing that wealth follows those willing to adapt with the times. Evolution isn't just about external changes, it requires a shift in mindset. As your company grows, your role will need to change too. What worked when you were hustling alone won't scale. Entrepreneurs like Mark Zuckerberg knew this, bringing in top executives like Sheryl Sandberg to help Facebook grow. Delegating is not about losing control. It's about creating room to pursue greater success. Sometimes evolution means betting on new opportunities before they seem profitable. Companies like Amazon expanded into cloud computing with AWS long before it became a goldmine. Similarly, Elon Musk diversified from Tesla to SpaceX, proving that those who embrace calculated risks often find wealth in places others never consider. Flexibility keeps the millionaire momentum alive. But evolution comes with challenges. Every pivot risks failure. Not every move will work, and that's part of the process. What matters is learning fast and iterating faster. Keep your mind open by reading relevant books, attending industry events, and networking with visionaries. Staying ahead of the curve ensures you're always one step closer to the next breakthrough. What will be your next move? Building a path to $1 million takes effort, but every step brings you closer to the life you deserve. If you're serious about transforming your future and making your dreams a reality, this is where it all begins. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Stay connected with the Rich People Club so you don't miss any strategies that will fuel your success. The steps from A to J are designed to guide you through the challenges and rewards of building real wealth. Now it's up to you to take action, apply what you've learned, and watch the results unfold. Where are you on this journey? Let us know in the comments and let's grow together. Your future millionaire self is waiting. Are you ready to meet them?